All right, we are back with another pick'em video. It is Thursday, December 4th in the NBA. We have a small 5-game slate. We got some injuries to talk about, but I got some plays that I'm really liking. So that's what we're going to get into today. If you could go ahead and leave the video a like, comment something down below, subscribe if you are new. All those things do actually help YouTube push this video out a little bit more, so I appreciate anyone that does that. Let's hop in the recap of yesterday's video picks real quick so we can start talking about the plays for today. And it was another profitable day, which we love to see. You guys see the title. We're on a great run right now. Love to see that. We're going to keep it going as long as we can. I thought we were going to come on here and celebrate essentially a sweep, with the only loss being, James Harden hook. He ended with 9 assists. It was only a 0.4 unit play. But no, Tyler Hero scores 20 points in the first half alone, 3 rebounds, has 23 PRA. He has 1 PRA in the second half of the game. Absolutely wild stuff. He didn't do anything, and they lost that game. But he was cooking early. Thought it was going to be a no-sweat cash. Norman Powell got ruled out. We kind of talked about that. But he doesn't get there, unfortunately. But there was some other winners. Donovan Clingan, 23.5 PRA. Rob Williams ended up getting ruled out. But again, we just didn't like this matchup for Clingan. He did not score the ball well. He did rebound very well. And we also knew this wasn't going to be, one that goes well under. I think he ended with 19 or 20 PRA, but still stays under for us. Miles McBride had 15 points in that game, so good read there. And then Jalen Johnson ended up not playing. Harden gets 9 assists. So another great day overall. We are now up 11.38 units on the entire season. Every single pick I've given out on YouTube has been tracked, not my other plays. These are just the YouTube picks. We're up 11.38 units on 76 and 59 in our normal 50-50 plays. And we've chased some plus money, and then we're still up on the plus money plays too. So that's what we got going on for the season. December's been good. We've been profitable in every single month as well. So yeah, we're going to keep cooking here. I show every single play. Win, loss, doesn't matter. And if you want access to all my plays, not just the YouTube video picks, you get those early too. But if you want access to all my plays, where you get access to all my slips, check out the link in the description down below for my Discord community. We have a lot of fun in there. So jump into Props Madness like we always do to actually start talking about our plays. Props Madness is one of the best, or is the best, visual data aggregation tool out there for sure. You're going to see how powerful it is throughout this entire video. It's got so many filters, and it's very fun to use. There's a link in the description down below if you want to check it out for 25% off your first month. It lets them know that I sent you there as well, which I appreciate. Let's talk about Nick Claxton. Under his 8.5 rebounds, minus 108 right now on FanDuel. Obviously has stayed under much more times than he's gone over. He does have an easier matchup today, I would say, against the Utah Jazz in terms of they might not get blown out, which means he might play normal-ish minutes. But the main thing here is it's going to be a back-to-back set. They played the Bulls yesterday. He played 35 minutes in that game. And if I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm not taking any risk, especially in any sort of trade assets that we have. And Claxton happens to be one of those guys that they have. And he's a big guy. So you always got to worry about that. There's more avenues for Nick Claxton to lose minutes than for him to play 40 minutes, I would say, tonight. Again, in that back-to-back set. They've played 4 back-to-backs. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. They were tougher back-to-back matchups, but he's gone well under in all of these games. They've lost all these games by 10-plus points, though, and he has not played more than 30 minutes in any of these games. So it's a difficult matchup in terms of back-to-back, which I love to see. And then in the specific matchup by itself, again, 50-50 pretty much in terms of centers going over their lines. And you can see some of these teams he's going up against, teams that give up a lot of rebounds. The Celtics, for instance, give up a ton of offensive rebounds. You can see offensive rebounds allowed for the Celtics. They rank number 1. This game, for instance, he had 5 offensive rebounds in that thing. The Pacers, another team that give up a lot of rebounds. You can actually just look at rebounds, opponent rebounds allowed. Like the Pacers giving up a lot of rebounds. You can see the Hawks 24th rank in terms of rebounds. I will say he got over against the Charlotte Hornets, 33 minutes in that game, 20 rebound chances, 11 rebounds. So you got to tip your cap to him. But this is a rebound matchup that's not the easiest in the world. So I don't mind it. The data's much more likely on the under. There's some blowout potential anytime the Brooklyn Nets play, and honestly, for instance, whenever the Jazz play too. And there's the back-to-back news. So 8.5 just seems a little too high. If this was 7.5, I'd probably stay away. But we're getting a great price, minus 108 on the under. So I like what I'm seeing here. So Claxton, first play of the video, under 8.5 rebounds against the Utah Jazz in a back-to-back. Moving into play number 2, I'm going to talk about the Boston Celtics. I do apologize. The Nicholas Claxton breakdown, kind of trash, to be totally honest. I thought I was bumbling through my words and everything. But that just happens. Sometimes I come on here and I'm perfectly articulate. Sometimes I come on here and I'm struggling to find the words. Let's talk about the Boston Celtics, and it's not going to be Derek White who I'm going to, and I actually kind of want to talk about the process of how I got to the guy I'm actually betting on. They're going up against the Washington Wizards, and there's no Jaylen Brown in this game, obviously no Jason Tatum. So there's going to be guys, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Anthony Simons, guys that can score the ball very well, that might score the ball very well, but I'm going to tell you why I'm actually going to go to another guy here that I really, really love his line, and why I'm going to avoid, a Derek White, a Peyton Pritchard, and Anthony Simons, because again, one of these guys could score 35 tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. First of all, they got the Wizards, who are pretty much bad on defense in every regard. You can see the way Derek White scores his points, pull-up, pick-and-roll ball handling, free throws, handoff, whatever it is, they're bad at it. But the one thing that I love that Props Madness has added is the pull-up defense of the Washington Wizards is ranked number 1, and that goes hand in hand with the isolation defense being ranked number 2. What does that mean? Well, they pretty much have great one-on-one defenders. They stay on their guys, and their team defense is horrible. Anytime the ball starts swinging around, any sort of hustle play that doesn't include a one-on-one defender, that's going to be beneficial for another guy like that. They can actually stay in front of these guys. So if Peyton Pritchard and Derek White are swinging the ball to each other, Anthony Simons, they're getting the ball movement involved, yes, we could absolutely see these guys score, and they probably will score. But I like the matchups of some of these other guys who aren't, isolation one-on-one type players, especially a guy like Jordan Walsh, who we're going to get to as the play of the day, or not the play of the day, play of the Celtics game, because he makes hustle plays. He doesn't have to play one-on-one to get his points. He literally single-handedly came in and practically won the game against the Knicks. This Jordan Walsh, putbacks and everything, hustle play after hustle play. I think he gets rewarded today and gets a lot of minutes without Jaylen Brown, and that's why I'm going to be attacking him. Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Anthony Simons, all these guys have majority of their points are spot-up opportunities and, isolation potential, especially without Jaylen Brown, and that's going to hurt them a little bit. Any sort of blowout situation, that's going to hurt them a little bit. They can play very well, but Derek White scores 20 points. Maybe Peyton Pritchard scores 20 points. It's hard to pick which one of those guys. So I'm going to go to the other guy, and that's going to be Jordan Walsh. And his points and rebounds, to be exact, 13.5, minus 105 on the over here. Now, he has crept over in a decent amount of these games, had a big game, but he pretty much gets 14. He's done that against the Washington Wizards already in 24 minutes. That was a 29-point blowout. Now, are we going to get a 29-point blowout today? Potentially. It is a 10-point spread, but we don't have the superstars of the Celtics, so we'll see if the Wizards can keep things interesting. I don't think it's going to matter. Jordan Walsh is going to start this game. He has been starting games. He's projected for 26 minutes right now, but I think his projection's a little bit too low. I think he could potentially get a lot more minutes, especially considering what he did in the last 2 games. 38 minutes in this game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That was a huge Celtics win. Another huge Celtics win. Only played 19 minutes, but ended this game with hustle play after hustle play, like I just mentioned. I think this guy's got to get some reward for that. Play a lot of minutes against a bad team, and he doesn't, He doesn't spot up shoot at all. He's a catch and shoot, and he's a 10-footer within 10 feet guy. Both things the Wizards are horrible at. 56% of his shots right at the rim. Can he knock down a 3? That'd be great for us, but he's also a hustle machine. The rebounds is a great opportunity for him here too. Again, he got a couple huge offensive rebounds in the last game. He rebounded well in the game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, 11. So if he's going to get the time in the court, we're going to bump his minutes up to, let's say 20. I think he gets at least 24 minutes. Now he's over this in 62% of games. And again, just add on the fact that textbook matchup for him to go out there, maybe a little bit harder for some guys that work in the isolation, work in the pull-ups. He's going to be doing the dirty work, getting the offensive rebounds, getting to the rim on alley-oops or whatever it might be, running in transition. This is a great matchup for a guy like this, and it's a much lower line. Even in a blowout situation, maybe he does lose some minutes, only plays 24 minutes or whatever, he can still get there in that time. So I'm loving Jordan Walsh, much higher upside in a spot against the Wizards. That's perfect for him. It's perfect for a lot of people, but really perfect for him. And moving into play number 3, it's going to be a weird one. There's not a lot of games. There's a lot of injury news today. And I'm digging deep, but I like Sandro Mamukelashvili to get some assists, 1.5, minus 120 on the over. He's over this in 57% of games, but the main thing here is they are dealing with some injuries, namely Jakob Poeltl, but also RJ Barrett, Agbaji. He's projected for 27 minutes in this game if we go to this matchup. Sandro, 27 minutes as of right now is the projection. Now, could he lose some minutes? For sure, they could go small, but at the same time, they do have DeAndre Ayton out there on the Lakers side of things. No Luka in this matchup, and he's projected for 33 minutes. So I think they're going to need to get some size in there if they don't want Ayton just going over the top on them all night. Sandro, 6'10", pretty much the biggest guy in this entire lineup without Pirtle on the floor. And again, he's been able to do this even in limited minutes. Some of these games getting 16 minutes. He can still chip in with 2 assists. We're not asking for a lot here. And I think they're going to have to match size for size. Again, Ayton, a bigger dude out there. If you look at the Raptors lineup, they literally don't have anyone. I mean, just looking at the roster, Mamu's 6'10". Every guy off the bench, I mean, these guys are like 6'7". Sheed's 6 feet tall. No one is a big man out there. So they're going to have to match size for size at some point. I don't think they're going to run small ball the whole game. At the very least, Mamu gets his normal 16 to 20 minutes or so. But the projections are saying higher. RotoWire is saying 27. PropsMat is saying 20 to 30. You can fall into 2 assists by accident playing that much time in the court. And we've seen that in his numbers so far this year and throughout his entire career. Look at games without Jakob Poeltl. He is getting a little bit more time in the court, but at the same time, getting over this line, even in smaller minutes, 16 minutes here, 19 minutes here, and in games he's obviously seeing more potentials going to get there. This is a game he had 6 potential assists, only one assist in that one, but he played 27 minutes and had 6 potentials. I don't mind that number at all. Let's just look at his entire career. Games he's playing 20 plus minutes, this turns into a 62% hit rate. If he's going to see 25 plus minutes, 80% hit rate. Again, you could practically fall into this. So it's a weird one, but I'm liking the value here, minus 120. Where does he get his assists? Right at the rim. That would be nice and easy. They rank 21 there, but he can get some handoffs right at the top of the key too. And again, I can't stress enough, we're not asking for a whole lot here. So if the potential assists are there, if he's getting 5 potential assists, I'm not going to mind this play at all, regardless of what happens. But if he falls into 2, that's all we need. If he gets more than that, hands off to Mamu. But I think he's going to get the time in the court in this matchup. They got to match size for size at some point, and I think he can do it for us today. Now, why only go to the assists if you can get some rebounds when you can gobble up some rebounds for sure, especially with extra time on the court? You can see his rebounds line goes, he's over this in 80% of games, sometimes crushing this line. The only problem is that is his rebounding matchup today. Second ranked in terms of rebounds allowed. They don't allow offensive rebounds. They don't allow a lot of defensive rebounds. And Luka's a big rebounder for these guys, and he's not going to be in it. I think I'd just rather him get 2 assists than have to worry about a tougher matchup here. But again, if you want to do the rebounds and assists or just the rebounds, I don't mind that either. I just think Mamu's in a good position to get over his lines regardless today. 5.5 actually does seem pretty dang low. Rebounds and assist line together. Looks like you can get plus money at 8.5. So I don't know. You can mess around with Mamu. I think he's got some value today. We've actually attacked his rebounds line in videos before this. And, honestly, I don't mind this at all, especially at minus 108 value. That's a great price for 5.5 rebounds for this guy. If I think he's going to get the time on the court that he potentially could get. Even in 20 plus minutes, his hit rate's 75%. So you could go either way, honestly. I think I'm going to go the assists, but we'll discuss that in the recap, which we're going to do right now. So the 3 plays we talked about was Mamukelashvili. I am going to stick with just his assist line. That's what I put in before I started talking about it anyway. But the reason I'm doing it is because it is a difficult matchup against the Lakers to get some rebounds. I know the numbers are there for sure. If you want to go to the rebounds or the points and rebounds, I don't mind that, to be totally honest. But this is numbers without Poeltl. With the rebound, he's only over in 33% of games. And again, difficult matchup here to get some rebounds, whereas the assists, better hit rate, and we already broke this whole thing down. So I do just want to go to the assists, but I don't mind if you wanted to add on the rebounds or something like that. He could totally do that for sure. I'm just projecting him to play a lot of time in this one. And then the other guys we talked about, Jordan Walsh, we broke that down for a while. Really deep breakdowns today in terms of each individual play because we only have 3 of them. Not a lot of games on the board, but loving Jordan Walsh today in the matchup against the Wizards. And then Claxton under his 8.5 rebounds. We have some DraftKings, we have some BetMGM, 3 units on a smaller slate. So that's what we got going on for today. So that will be it for me. If you did want one more play, it was kind of a lean here. Chris Middleton over his 3.5 assists, minus 122 on FanDuel right now. He's been an absolute dime machine recently, and it's not just the rebounds, going over the 3.5. He's got 13 potential assists here, 9 potential assists, 20 potential assists. He's got no Bilal Coulibaly, who's a ball handler here. Keyshawn George has been very good in terms of assisting too. But Chris Middleton's kind of turned into that distributor role the last 3 or 4 games. And he's got a decent matchup against the Celtics, who don't allow a lot of assists, but they also don't have Jaylen Brown today. Obviously, Tatum could stay a little bit closer. I just like the potential assists and what he's been doing recently for a 3.5 line. You could definitely cash that. So that's kind of a lean if you guys want an extra one. But that will do it for me. Go ahead and leave the video a like, comment something down below, subscribe if you're new, all those good things. If you want access to all my plays, I do have a link in the description down below. Giving away 50% off my first month of my Discord community, $10 a month. It's absolutely crazy that I only charge that much. Practically giving this thing away. Again, if you want access to all my plays or early YouTube video picks, I drop them in the Discord first. definitely go ahead and check this out. I've dropped my pick count many times. We were up 118 units in November, 82 units in October. It's been a crazy start to the NBA season. There's probably going to be some regression at some point for sure. We've been killing it. And again, it's a fun community aspect too. It's not just me giving you the plays and nothing else after that. You can talk to me. You can talk to other guys in the community. It's a whole lot of fun. Also, check out Props Madness. That was a tool I was using all throughout the video. And that will be it for me. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I feel like I bumbled through a little bit of my words today, but that's okay. That happens sometimes. We got a couple games that are going to be solid today, and then we have games tomorrow, which I'm very excited for. So pumped up, ready to go. Hopefully you guys have a good day. Enjoy basketball, and good luck with your bets. Peace out.